Well, hello everyone, Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. What an adventure I'm on. I am out checking out a new claim. A claim I got over the winter that I've never been to before in the middle of absolute nowhere. I'm not even close to being there yet, and the adventure is amazing. I don't know what this day has in store for me, but it's gonna be awesome. So wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. So I'm here in a part of British Columbia, Canada that I've never been to before. I've been all over the province, but I've never been to this one spot. I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea coming down over the hill into the Fraser Valley here was going to be so steep and so long, hairpins all the way down. I had to park the truck and let the brakes cool off. I was having a hard time stopping. This road has been crazy. Up atop, there was snow and ice, and I didn't even know if I was going to make it through some of the spots. And then I got into the valley here and started coming down, and it just keeps going. And I'm still way, way, way above the valley bottom. I still have a long ways down to go. The gold claim I've got is at Big Bar. There's a Big Bar ranch there. I'm gonna stay the night at the ranch tonight and then see what kind of gold the Fraser River has this far north. This is the farthest north I've ever been on the Fraser River. Well, I got to the bottom safe and sound, and now it's time to head up river to the Big Bar ranch, hopefully that way, and then find my claim. It's all an adventure. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. Apparently there's a gate. I'm hoping the road goes through. It's a long ways around to come from the other side. Don't swing back. Please don't swing back. Stay. I absolutely love the scale of the scenery around here. Everything is so big, and there are deer everywhere. You know, it's more than the gold and the rocks and the money that makes these awesome trips so awesome. It's the adventure. It's the people I meet along the way. It's getting out there into the wild. I just met the rancher that owns the ranch over top of my claim. Awesome guy. Hi, Lawrence. And he gave me permission to go down to where I wanted to pan. So Lawrence directed me to a road that weaves through all of his hay fields and takes it right down to the water's edge. I'm just walking over to the edge now to have a look at the Fraser River on my claim. And here we are. Now most of my claim is on the far side there, but some of it does come over and meets this side here. The private land on the far side ends, I'm not sure if you can see the little RV that's up there, but ends just up there. And then this is public land all the way down here. Though Lawrence was saying that the people on the other side are not too fond of people going through their property. So I definitely have to check with him to see if I get a contact for those people so that, you know, when the ferry is in operation and I can get over to the other side, well, then I can check with them and get to my claim. For today, I'm gonna do some pans right here. Right behind my truck there is some great big old placer operation. Lawrence was telling me that the guy that was mining here said that he got $16,000 worth of gold out of there. And it cost him $60,000 to do it. Now, I don't see anything down here that sort of screams, you know, dig here. There's no big rocks to dig behind, no bedrock outcrops. Kind of nothing that's really saying that, you know, one spot should be any better than another. So what I'm gonna do to start with is just grab a random spot of gravel down near the water's edge, fill a pan it out, and see what it looks like. And then make a call from there about, you know, where I go. That does not look like good material. So I can tell you right now, this pan's not gonna have much in it. This material here is just too soft and mucky. If there were any gold landing on it while the river is flowing, it would have soaked right in, down deep. Oh, there's a rock to sit on. Let's go pan it out all the same. cold water. At least on the other side, I see big boulders and areas that look like they would be depositing heavier material. Just doesn't look like it over here on this side. What do we got? You know, there's like 50 pieces of gold in here. They're just really, really small. Interesting. So there we go. We've got a bunch of gold in there. Nothing that's gonna, you know, make me $1 million or anything like that. But for a place that I thought was not gonna show much of anything, not bad. Let's go see what else I can find. So if a really bad looking spot had that much gold in it, I would say the gold is very widespread. I'll try a few other spots around. If they all have sort of the same kind of thing in it, I'll know that the gold is everywhere, which is kind of what I'm thinking right now. But that was only one pan. I can't really make a judgment call from that. So pan number 2, about the same. And I think I saw a piece in here somewhere. Maybe that was it that had mercury on it. And now I don't see it anywhere. So if there was a piece that had mercury on it, it only had it on one side, and that side is now down, not showing itself. Anyhow, let's do another. As I was going to suck everything up, I think I found the piece with mercury on it. A bright, shiny silver piece there of gold that's coated in mercury. I think I'm gonna go look around a little bit. Nothing over there where I just checked out looks great. It's all just sand, very light sand in boulders. I need that stuff with gravel in it. And that just doesn't look good. Go look around a bit, see if there's somewhere that looks better to dig. So I walked downriver a fair ways to basically to the edge of my claim, and I didn't see any gravels that looked better than what I was digging. So obviously there's gonna be gold in all of it. I was hoping for something that would look like it was sort of like concreted solid gravels rather than soft sand around boulders. I'm not going to do any panning downstream. I'm going to go upstream and see if I can find a better place to pan there. But I did find 2 very exciting things down here I've got to show you. I took my jacket off to mark the spot. So first, I found this crazy piece of Chinese writing stone. The patterns are absolutely perfect for Chinese writing stone. It's such a dark green. I've never seen one that dark green before. It's solid, it'll cut up nicely. Love it. Absolutely love it. For sure gonna take that guy with me. Chinese writing stone is the same thing as flower stone. It's just that the crystals don't form perfect stars or flowers. And they form these basically symbols that, you know, could be mistaken for Chinese writing, hence the name Chinese writing stone. Every once in a while you can see one there that does make a perfect flower, but typically they make these symbols rather than flowers. And the second exciting thing is another rock. Here is a piece of either jade or really dense hard serpentine. Beautiful greens. I'll bring the close-up camera in so you can see the greens. It is an awesome, beautiful chunk of rock. I definitely have to take that home, cut it, test the inside, scratch the inside, the core of the rock to see how hard it is to tell if that's jade or serpentine. But either way, it is a beautiful rock. You can see where some of the fractures of the grain are, how green it is inside. It is a bright, bright apple green. I don't like that it's got lots of these fractures on the surface. That indicates it might be a softer, not as tough rock. But really, it could have just also had a hard life, or the skin has weathered that way. Have to cut it to test it for sure. Definitely has the right sound to it. Definitely has the right sound. Now the plan today was to check out this claim for gold, not rocks, even though those are really two really nice rocks. I'm gonna go back to looking for gold. I'll come back with an empty backpack and pick those up later. Ooh, good Chinese writing stone might be common on this claim. This might be my Chinese writing stone claim. Unfortunately, it doesn't look great for gold. It's just these big rocks with sand. There might be some bigger ones I could dig behind and hope there's gravels down deeper. I think that's my next sort of tactic, is to just choose a spot and dig down and see if the material down a bit deeper looks any better, because right now it's not looking good on the surface. The gravels here are looking a little crunchier, so I'm going to take a pan from here and see if there's any difference in quantity of gold. So it looks to be sand, but it's a coarser gravelly sand. That's nice. And it seems to be sitting on a mud base. And that might be good because any gold that settled down through the sand might end up sitting on top of the mud. Oh, this water's cold. Should have my rubber gloves on. I think I see a bear on the far side. There's also cows around. It could be a cow. Okay, let's see. Is there more gold here than there was at the other site? Let's have a look. Okay, let's see if there's gold in this. I see a piece. Oh yeah, there's some gold here. It's very, very fine, but there's lots of it. I'd say there's a bit more here than what I saw at that other spot. Actually, there's a lot more here. Wow, it's fine. Let's get the close-up cam. There are hundreds of pieces of gold right there. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Then there are a few bigger pieces along the way. There's pretty nice gold here. So I know the camera won't get it from here, but if you see the RV up on the far side over there, just down to the right of it, there's some trees, and there's something big and black walking around at the base of the trees there. It might be a cow, it might be a bear, I don't know. Anyhow, the far side is, even with a bear, is where I want to be. It looks a lot better over there for finding gold, especially that point where the water's going so fast over there. Big rocks, that's where the big stuff would be. Wind! Unfortunately, I can't get across the river today because there is a ferry right basically just above my claim. There's a ferry that goes across, but it's still shut down for the winter. They're putting it in the water tomorrow, and he said by tomorrow afternoon we should be able to go over there. I'll be around tomorrow. Maybe I'll get over there. Yeah, this crunchier stuff here has more gold in it, and it seems like there's a lot of it here. This whole bar, this whole bench here has all the same looking crunchy material in it. So there could be a lot of gold sitting right here. But let's keep exploring. That's what today's about, exploring this side of the river. I'm interested to see what this holds in front of us here. You see where the steep bank transitions to a flat bar? That's typically a good sign. Often there's going to be good gold along the transition. So I'm just going to go have a look and see. Now this is a very different looking gravel bar. Very uniform sized rocks. They're far more coarse, jagged, like they weren't tumbled down the Fraser very far. So I'm guessing I'm probably coming up on that creek that comes in, and that this is a deposit from when the creek rushes in spring runoff. It brings down a lot of gravel and makes a bar downstream. I will test it, but kind of doubting, because if it's coming from the creek, well, I guess the creek could be pulling gold down with it. Well, let's have a look and see. Very, very little in the center of the bar. I just dug a hole out in the middle of the bar, and yeah, it didn't have much. There's, you know, a dozen little tiny, tiny specks, but not like that last pan that had, you know, a few hundred of those in it. So I'm thinking this is gravel just coming out of that creek. Yeah, I said this kind of transition is good often, and if I saw material had been sort of washing off this down here and settling here, yeah, I would think this is good. But now that I'm thinking that this is just a deposit from that creek that's coming in, yeah, not so much. I bet you that material there has every bit as much gold as the stuff I found down there, because it's at about the same height and it looks just as crunchy. If I was to be, you know, high banking here, which this might actually be an okay spot to high bank because it's flat and there's this little trough in the back. If I was high banking, I'd probably high bank that material, discharge down onto here. And because it's flat and there is this trough going back here, it could actually, you know, absorb a lot of water, meaning that we could legally high bank at this point right here. Those are some of the things that I have to sort of look at when I'm exploring a claim for the first time. And yet again, the far side's looking better. That's a bedrock outcrop over there. That's where the big gold could be. And yes, those were cows, not bears. I see two white ones and a black one. Oh, and a brown one over there. So yes, what I thought might be a bear, moo. Ooh, that intrigues me. A big rock with a gravel deposit behind it, and the gravel deposit is a darker color than the rocks around. There's another one there. I have to take a pan from there. Of course, I left my pan back there. If you notice, I've been sporting a bandage on a finger, tying one finger to the other. Well, the doctor says it's not broken. It's just very, very badly damaged. I had an incident with a cupboard door and a great big pot. Nothing prospecting related, but I have an owie. Now let's see what the deposit behind this rock looks like. It looks way too loose is what it looks like. It looks like sand. Well, let's see. A bit, yeah. Not much difference than anywhere else though, and not as good as what I was getting up on the bank. Yep, it kind of looks like everywhere you dig you're gonna get at least that much. Look at that piece of jasper. Wow, the color. Nice. Well, I don't know what the gold in this claim, but the rocks are sure amazing. So I'm up into bigger boulders here, but this is right before the little feeder creek that's coming in here. And that means that all of these big boulders through here have come down from the hill above, not washed down the Fraser. The gold is coming from the Fraser. Yes, these feeder creeks do run through old Fraser gravels, so they do bring gold down with them, but usually not nearly as much as what's coming down the main channel. But I'll go look at it all the same, and well, I can't get out to the gravel bar in the middle, but I'll go have a look at the gravel bar. And the rocks up here are definitely a completely different type of rock. These are definitely not the same as what's been washed down from the Fraser. So this is just a deposit from that little creek. Oh, Nelly! Nice. Looks like the snow is blowing in. It is still early spring here in British Columbia, Canada, and it is definitely possible to snow still. I drove through some on the way here. Here comes the rain. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can see the gold take for the day in what I got in 6 test pans on my brand new claim. Now, for rock's sake, I wasn't expecting to find rocks here, but hey, I'll take it. One unbelievably gorgeous piece of jade, or, you know, gem serpentine. A couple of smaller pieces of jade, or gem serpentine. We got 4 chunks of the Chinese writing stone. Beautiful stuff. 1 piece of amazing jasper. And a whole lot of fun. And some gold. But before I show you the gold, I gotta head back to my accommodations for the night. I am staying at the Big Bar Guest Ranch, just up the road from the claim. They have got camping, motels, cabins, everything. Unfortunately, because it's still off season, the restaurant isn't open yet. Have to feed myself. But I'm gonna go back there to the guest ranch first, then I'll clean up that gold and show you what I got. Well, I got to the Big Bar Guest Ranch, and I've got my room. Now it's time to go and put that gold in a pan and see what I got for the day. Well, there we are. Not bad gold for, you know, what did I do? 6, maybe 7 pans of surface material. Just testing different spots. I like it. There's definitely good gold here. But it's fairly fine. Though that was just the surface, the banks and whatnot might have a lot more in it. For an initial test, I'm happy with that amount of gold. What a great day at the brand new claim. That's one of the things I like doing the best, is checking out new ground. I love it. Great gold, great rocks, maybe even a piece of jade. I'm here for actually 2 more days. I don't know if I'm going to go to the other side tomorrow, but they're putting the ferry in tomorrow, so I couldn't actually get over till later in the day. May also go up to Churn Creek and check things out up there. I don't think the roads will be open to get up to my Thunder Egg claim, but I could go do some exploring tomorrow and wait for the next day to get out to the other side. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me that thumbs up. If I haven't earned your subscription already, I hope I've earned your subscription now. And a big thanks to everyone for watching, especially my patrons. Because of the support of my patrons, I get to make these weekly episodes of Dan Hurd Prospecting. Hope you're all having an excellent day. I'm having an awesome night. And until the next video, bye.